Hola, Geek fans! We're here to review the first half of Season
4
of Arrow. Jacob, you know that in the past, like say Season 3, we haven't liked it too much.
Yeah.
Has Arrow turned a corner? Is it now back to that Season 1 quality that you liked?
No, it is not back to that Season 1 quality, but I don't think it's as bad as Season 3 either. It's just still not that great of a show. But there are some things in this season that I liked. Not being Felicity and Ollie, they've ruined Olicity for the fans. Come on, what's wrong with you?
I'm baffled by that relationship.
Yeah.
It's terrible in every respect.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. It doesn't feel real to me.
Yeah, let's leave what most of the show is going to be the negatives for the second, third, but we're going to talk about the positives.
We'll start how it starts. So Ollie and Felicity are off on their own.
Yeah.
We knew that's not gonna stay that way.
Yeah.
They get drawn back in right away because there's a new big threat.
Yes.
It's Damien Dark and Hive, another secret organization. There's so many in this world, Jake. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how secret organizations are and how many big bad guys there are.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's here. He's here to clean up the city by destroying it or something. I'm not really sure.
And then
he has magic powers.
Ollie comes back inexplicably, and then he becomes Green Arrow, which I actually like. He's being called Green Arrow.
That's
now.
fine.
That goes with the comics. But then he becomes part of the team again. The team gets back together. There's Speedy now.
After lots of arguing. So they argue first and they blame each other for things, and then they just forget about that. They move on.
But there are some parts in the middle of the season that I like. I liked the episode where they go and get Ray back. I thought that was a pretty good episode because there's a part in it where this might not have been the same episode actually, but there's a fight scene in one of the episodes involving Speedy where all the other fight scenes they're doing their spinny things and everything. And then she encounters this one guy. It doesn't really make sense because she can take all the other guys in one shot, but this guy she actually has a real fight scene with, and she actually struggles with it, and then they go in the elevator, brings them down to another floor, opens them, they go out of the elevator. I actually thought it was a really good fight scene. It actually felt like it was real. She actually struggled with it, and then she only took him out because she shot him with an arrow eventually. So I liked that one fight scene in the entire half of the season, but I actually liked it later when Ray came in. I actually liked seeing him fighting. I think it works a little bit.
Here's the problem with that. I like seeing them fighting, but it just makes everyone else look really ridiculous.
Yes.
It makes them look it makes no sense. So Ray flies in.
Yes.
He gets on the fight scene. Ali and all the other people, they're fighting in the background. He gets shot multiple times by the guys with machine guns. Somehow they never shoot anyone else.
Yeah.
Only the guy that has armor on.
Yeah.
And he's beating everyone's ass. But it makes sense because he's got the armor, he's got the powers, and everyone else is just doing their stupid bizarro dance. It doesn't make any sense. They never get shot. Those guys, the snow, the ghost.
Yeah.
They're stormtroopers.
Yeah.
They can't shoot anybody. They have machine guns and they're using modern military tactics, and people using hunter-gatherer technology overcome them over and over again.
Yeah.
Jacob, this show has lost all sense of connection with reality.
Yes, it has.
Every fight scene to me is just so stupid. I watch it and I go, they have machine guns. There's like a dozen of them. But they can never shoot anybody.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. I mean, continue, Jacob, before I just keep hating on the show.
Let's move on to the season finale, or the mid-season finale, sorry. Where we see Ollie and Felicity having some kind of relationship issues after she finds out that he's going to propose to her. And I want to say I actually liked their relationship in that episode. I liked their conversations with each other where they actually added some drama to it, but it felt real at the same time. And then,
Jacob, I want to stop you right there
Yes,
because I thought that part was really stupid.
Which
and here's
part?
what this relationship drama you're talking about. And here's why I think it was stupid. The previous episode was the Flash crossover episode,
yes.
and I thought that was the only time I've ever seen them have real relationship drama.
Yeah.
And you know why it felt real? Because they're only talking about real issues. This episode, again, it was like, oh, we're here fighting, and it's all tied into the comic book stuff, and it just seems unrealistic.
Yeah.
Again, they're talking about things that don't actually exist. It's very bizarre. That's what Flash does so well. They have these moments where no superhero stuff's going on. That's just not, there's no superhero stuff going on, and they talk, and it's real.
Yeah.
As soon as they bring in superhero issues, it becomes fake, just like Arrow.
Yeah.
But they had those moments. Arrow did that for once in that episode, which possibly the Flash writers wrote.
Yeah,
because it's so unusual.
Yeah, we actually do a Flash after show kind of thing. Me and Joey do that show, and we actually talked about the Flash and the Arrow for the crossover thing, so you can check that out for our thoughts on that. But I did think that was the best episode of the season. It actually was better than the Flash part of the crossover.
Yeah, so I agree.
And they did focus on Arrow for that episode. They actually had the whole thing with his son that got resolved because
that was really good because it all felt like real issues.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with him being a superhero. That's why it worked.
Yeah.
And the Felicity drama, again, nothing to do with being a real superhero. And another thing that was good about the episode is they learned from their mistakes.
Yes.
He made a mistake. He had the dumb plan where it was like, do you need help? No. Right?
Yeah.
Like they do that over and over again, that gimmick where I can go it alone or I can go with this and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
In this episode, they actually have, they're trying to fight Vandal Savage. They have this strategy. It fails.
Yeah.
But then they have this cool gimmick, which this is a really cool gimmick of Flash going back in time and knowing about this failure, and they actually learn from their mistakes.
Yes.
It's really cool. It's not what Arrow is about. 'Cause Arrow is about repeating the same beats over and over again, just like they're doing this season. I don't think it's any better than season 3. I think the show's terrible in every aspect.
They do have another big bad who's just like every other
big bad.
Yes, wants to destroy the city. I don't know why they keep doing.
For vague and ambiguous reasons, a lot of time where it's like I'm not quite sure why.
I really was hoping that season 3 would have been the time where like they made the scale smaller, but no, he just wanted to kill everyone in Star City again. Doesn't make any sense. But
and then they introduce another character, which is going to be a spin-off of Legends of Tomorrow, Vandal Savage, who again just feels like he's like another Ra's al Ghul. They're all they just blend together, Jacob. And all these secret societies. Yeah. There's Hive, there's League of Assassins, there's Argus, there's all these groups. I find it very difficult to believe, like Malcolm, currently Ra's al Ghul, they ask him at one point, well, why don't you just get your League of Assassin guys to come help us out with your daughter? Yeah. Well, I can't get them involved for some reason that makes no sense.
I remember that, and I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. You can totally get them involved.
You can do whatever the hell you want. You're Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
You have a whole League of Assassins that was supposed to be, they set it up as super powerful and dangerous.
Yeah.
But they can't bring him in because then it would contradict his group, Hive, being super powerful.
Yeah.
It frustrates me. They do the same thing over and over again. It's like they expected the fans to forget what happened before.
Yeah,
like if you always in the moment.
I mean, we want to forget what happened in season 3, but we can't. It's history now.
Right.
So
we were forced to live through.
Yeah, and I'm really frustrated because I want them to go back to season 1 because that was the best season. I thought season 2 was really good as well, but season 1 was the best.
Yeah, I think season 1 was the best. It was the most grounded. That was why.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I was really glad when they brought in Barry Allen as the Flash in Arrow, and then he got his own show, and they started introducing more metahumans and everything. But in that one moment, they made it so Arrow couldn't be grounded anymore.
Yeah.
Because they introduced superpowers.
Yep.
And that's what Arrow season 1 was all about, was them changing these characters who have superpowers into real life people. So they just totally changed the show. I mean, we got a good show out of it, but we lost another show in the process. So I don't really know how to feel about that.
There's so much going on in Arrow.
Yeah.
There are so many characters. Like I said, there's so many groups. There's so many different weird elements. It starts to blend together. Like when Ali is talking about, like Damien Dark or even Vandal Savage, I think he may have said that. Oh, this is something we haven't dealt with before. We dealt with superpowers. Oh no, we dealt with the Miracle. Oh no, this is another special enhancer thing. How many special enhancer things do you need?
Yeah, I know. Like you
You're
can't.
just using different words to say the same thing.
Yeah, they should have just had every single villain, or at least like 90% of them, come out of the arc reactor thing. Right? That happened to Flash. So you can still introduce magical characters like Damien's arc, but they just have so many different things that are like each other.
Exactly, they're very similar to each other. So they got the Lazarus Pit. They got there's too much going on.
I like that they actually destroyed the Lazarus Pit. They actually did that in this season. It's probably gonna come back eventually.
Somehow.
But they still made it so they can't bring characters back.
Jacob, that's the other problem that you're mentioning. You said they can't, but
they're going to.
They're going to.
Yeah.
We know they don't kill any characters of importance. They care if the character has some sort of like combat skill, like superpower thing. They don't die.
Yeah.
If they have any real importance to the show, Felicity.
Yeah.
There's no tension there. First of all, I want her to die, so let's just get that out of the way. But I don't care. But I'm not like on the edge of my seat because she's just going to survive.
Yeah. And if she had actually died in season 2, that would have had emotional. That would have had more like earth-shattering problems that come along with it. So I don't really like the show at all. But I'm gonna give it to Felicity for a second. That was something that I was looking forward to ever since they introduced Felicity in season 1, Ollie and Felicity getting together. And then they just fucked it up. Just totally fucked it up at the end of season 3. No, actually before that, with that horrible sex scene in season 2.
Oh, Jacob, oh God, it burns!
I know, it didn't make any sense.
And it kept going on, and on, and on! I'm like, I couldn't believe how long it was going for. I was like, oh, they're gonna do something for like a few seconds and them kissing. It lost like, I don't know, like a couple minutes?
Yeah. I just wanted her to actually stay with Ray. I thought that would have been better.
Yeah, it would have been better, I agree.
And then have Ray, shrink or something. I don't know.
Whatever.
Whatever happened, that whole thing with Ray, too, was just too jumbled. That's the problem with the show. There's too much shoved in there.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I can't even keep track of what's going on. I didn't even realize that Lance knew that he was the Arrow because I don't remember that happening because so much other shit was going on.
And it all blends together because it's all similar. Like, that's like you said, there's the Miracle guys who have enhanced powers. There's actual enhanced people. There's superpowers. There's magic. There's all these different like special like groups.
Yeah.
Like, you need to like get rid of all these excess elements and to focus on key characters.
Yeah.
There's just too much going on.
I actually would like the character of Damien Dark if they hadn't already done all this other stuff that was like him.
Yeah, that's the problem. He's the same guy.
I actually like him as a character, but I feel like I would like him more, and he would actually be a threat. Like it was an actual threat to the group if it didn't have Ra's al Ghul before him, and I don't know. It just doesn't work. But
You're right. That's the thing. I see him as no credible threat because he's the same as all the other guys, which they've already beaten, that have taken over the city.
Yeah.
Or tried to.
Now we can go on this forever because the show just totally lost control.
Yeah.
And they just need to fire the guy who created the show and get a new guy in there. I know he's the guy who is in charge of all this CW stuff, so they can't really fire him. But they need to get someone else in there to take the reins and just make the show back to what it used to be.
And can never go back. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Stuff just vomited out to put it back in there.
And the same thing with me is I'm too far in to quit now. I
got the show. You gotta do this thing.
I need to watch the show. Like I'm gonna watch it until the very last episode, which hopefully is soon.
Very soon. And Jacob, what are you gonna give it? We're doing glitter grades now for whatever reason for TV shows season reviews.
I'm gonna give it a D.
I'm also gonna give it a D. I'm not giving it an F. The reason I'm not giving it an F, because in some sense I think it deserves an F, is that I know that it still has appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like it still does that superhero thing, and occasionally I still kind of geek out a little bit at certain scenes that they do right.
Yeah.
But it's few and far between when they do that.
Yeah.
When they do something good, like the episode with the crossover was good.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not enough. It's not enough. So you get a D.
Yeah.
That's kind of generous, I think.
It just feels like a comic book come to life, and that doesn't work on screen.
No.
So, I don't like the show. I like the Flash a lot. I really want them to I really want the people who wrote the crossover episode to just write Arrow for the rest of time.
Yep.
So I'm hoping the second half of season 4 will be good, but it's not going to be.
Either way, folks, we gave this first half of season 4 a D for don't like here at Geeks the Movies.
And do not watch.
Yeah, and do not watch. You probably will anyway. But anyways, this has been Shane and Jake, and we'll talk to you later.